Hey guys, how are you doing today? I figured I record live from my couch. I did not feel like sitting up, standing up. I didn't even feel like putting the phone in the holder. So I'm just laying here on the couch and I'm gonna talk to y'all like y'all right here in my living room. So let's talk about the different pools that men are in. And I'm literally giving you this information straight out of my brain as it comes out. So I've talked about the different dating pools that women swim in. And mostly I talk about the bottom of the barrel. And I came up with this and I put it on my Facebook. That's the one thing I did put on my Facebook. Now, if you're watching this either on TikTok live or you're watching it on YouTube after I finish the live and I upload it. So the dating pools that women are in, the one that's filled the most is the bottom of the barrel dating pool, is what I like to call the low hanging fruit women, that they're in the bottom of the barrel dating pool. And the women in this dating pool are usually desperate, thirsty, they're lonely, they've probably been single for a while, probably haven't had that many dates, and are just like desiring to do so much more than anything, and they've made that the focus of their life other than getting themselves together, working on their 3 S's, self-care, self-development, self-reliance. They are literally willing to do almost anything to get any kind of dude. So that's the worst case scenario, right? Now, when it comes to the swimming pools that these dudes are in, let's say the bottom of the barrel for the dude would be a guy that does not work or can't keep a job. So he'll work up until a certain point, and then if authority says, hey, you need to come in at 5 versus 7, then he'll just up and quit the job. Or he can never be on time for the job because he's irresponsible. He goes to bed late. He parties all night long. Whatever the case may be, this dude is irresponsible. Another kind of guy that's in this bottom of the barrel dating pool is a guy who does have his own place. He does have his own car. However, the job that he's working, it doesn't pay him enough to literally maintain it, to put gas in the car, to keep the lights on. So he's literally doing the bare minimum and still not getting by. And typically this type of guy will find a girl who has her stuff together, who's worked on herself, who has her own place, who takes care of her bills and finances herself, and he'll try to move in with her and or ask her for money. I dated a guy like this. It's been a long time ago. It was probably about a decade ago. I met this guy at the gym. We were in the sauna. It's when the sauna was co-ed at the gym that I used to go to. And I met him at the gym. Cool guy, whatever. Got along really well. And I found out that he was getting evicted from his apartment. His car broke down. He was being evicted. And he had a bike. So I was just like, all right, well, you have a bike. And he wasn't working. He was like in between jobs. I said, all right. And he has a daughter. So this is a lot. So this guy belongs, at the time, I don't know where he is now, but he belongs in that bottom of the barrel pool. The guy, here are some characteristics. If you're just joining me, I'm talking about all the kind of guys that are in the bottom of the barrel dating pool. And this pool is what you need not swim in, ladies, or you're going to be fudged up after you dip your toe in this pool. So this guy that I'm talking about, one day, I know he needed to get to a job interview. He was so picky about a job, and this is a grown man with a child, but he was so picky about getting a job that he refused to get on the bus. He refused to ride his bike just to get to a job interview. So I remember him missing job interviews because he wouldn't ride a bike and he wouldn't get on public transportation. It's like, if you meet a dude that's too proud, like, dude, what is wrong with you? Number one, you're an adult. If you're meeting a man that's an adult, he needs to be an adult and do what he has to do to get where he needs to go. Meaning if he has to walk, bike, scooter, skip, skateboard to get to, here, we're going to turn this off. People keep trying to join this live. Scooter, skateboard, then, hey, look. If he can't do those things because his ego and he's like, oh, who might see me, or I'm too good. This dude thought he was too good to get to work. And he has a whole entire daughter that he has to help the mom take care of. That kind of dude. So the first dude is the one who simply is irresponsible, will work a job up to a certain amount of time and then he quit it. Then you got the other dude who does have his own place, who does have a car. However, he can't maintain it because he's making the bare minimum amount of money and he's unwilling to work wherever. However, to take care of himself, if he is literally unwilling to work at the gas station, or if he's unwilling to work at the dollar store to make money, so that means he'd rather make no money than some money, then you got to be aware of this, ladies. If you're dating some dude and he thinks he's too good, if he's saying he's broke, and or you're seeing that he's broke, and you come to him and you address it like, hey, why don't you go here? Why don't you go there? And he turns his nose up, you have no business dating someone like that, because who you date is a direct reflection of who you are. You're mirroring each other. So if he over here think he too good to work somewhere, knowing good and well the bill's going to keep coming, and he has children, why in the world would you attach yourself to something like that? And if you're watching this, thank you for the love, guys. If you're watching this and if you like what I'm saying, feel free to like it and share it. But I'm just talking about the kind of guys in the dating pools that single women need to stay out of. And speaking of that guy, so I ended up, he tried to move in with me. And I was just like, oh, no. Oh, no. That was not going to happen. In my 42 years, I have never lived with a man, and I will not live with any man outside of my husband. I don't believe in that. And just because people don't believe what I believe, like, you could be living with someone right now, that's your business. I'm just saying, like, don't meet a dude and then move that dude in with you at any point, because it just doesn't even make sense. For what? Why does he need to live with you? Why can't he live with himself? And those are a part of the non-negotiables. When I mention non-negotiables, I've done a video about this years ago. You need to match what you got when you're in these dating pools. What you got has to be reciprocated. So if you got your own place, if you got your own full-time job, if you got a car, if you have a bank account, if you can pay your own bills by yourself, if you have children that you take care of, like, what does he have? The minimum. That's the minimum that he needs to have. And then outside of that, then we talk about his character, who he is as a person, and things of that nature. Another guy that's in this bottom of the barrel pool is the guy that's the flashy guy. I talk about this in my book, Hello, My Name is Single. Is the guy, you know, the guy in the trench coat, and then you open the trench coat and he naked up under and he like flashes you and then he keeps it moving. Like that kind of guy, the flashy guy. And there's a lot of that going on now. Guys will flash all this money, or they'll have a nice watch, they'll have a nice car, they'll have nice jewelry, clothes, whatever, and they'll show up and they'll lead with that. And they'll insinuate that they will pay your bills, or what you doing single, I'm going to take care of you, when it's a setup. It's the okie doke. He's literally reeling you in, baiting you in with these things to get something from you. So if you're in this situation and you meet a guy that's flashy and all he do is flash and talk about money, he finds some kind of way to bring money up in the conversation, then that is a red flag. And you need to recognize that he is baiting you into a dating situation, really a friends with benefit situation, so he can pick you up and put you back down. Another guy is the mama's boy. Now, mama's boys, here's the thing. Mama's boys can be great, have great character, believe in God, if that's what you believe in as well. Have the same beliefs as you. I should say that you get along. He has a great personality. He's kind. However, what his mother says goes. We talking 35 years old, and he can't do nothing unless he check in with his mother. That is a red flag. That is a red flag. He's not necessarily bottom of the barrel. He's probably the next pull up from the bottom, because at least he got it going on. He can take care of himself. He got great character. However, the fact that he's a mama's boy is overshadowing, and it's weighing the relationship down. The dating relationship can't get off the floor, get up and going, because everything he does, he has to check in. He calling his mama on the first date. He texting her on the first date. Every time y'all go out, his excuse me, his mother is calling. Like, I can't reach for my water because my phone is literally sitting. I use my glass of water as a holder for this phone, because I don't want to hold this phone. But anyway, so think of the mama's boy. So we got the dude that's flashy. We got the mama's boy. We got the downright loser. The loser is the one that just don't want to do nothing, that thinks he's too good to have to bike it somewhere, to have to take public transportation. Because let me tell y'all something. When I first moved to Illinois, I moved to Illinois before I moved to St. Louis. It'll be about 12 years ago this year. Probably this month. And when I first moved there, I drove my car there, a car that I just got. My car broke down. And I couldn't get it fixed for 6 months. And guess what I did? I taught myself how to take the bus. Had never taken a bus in my life, not a city bus. And I had to take the Metrolink. And Arkansas don't have no Metrolinks. They don't need it. It's a smaller place. And so I literally taught myself, I didn't know where I was going or what I was doing. But I figured it out. And if a dude is unwilling to figure things out when he has a problem, speaking on finances, mental, emotional, whatever it is, then that is a problem. And ladies, if you continue to find yourself dating these losers, dating these guys who just want to get up and work, if you don't work, you don't eat, then understand that's going to bring you down. It's not your job. It's not your job to be his mother. It is not your job to fill out job applications for him. It is not your job to tell him, hey, you got to get up in the morning. You got to get up on time. It's not your job to tap him on his shoulder to get his butt out of that bed. Absolutely not. If you want to stop dead end dating, you have to stop dating dead end dudes. And they dwell in these pools. And you'll know it because there's always excuse. Like he asking you out on a date, but then all of a sudden he don't have enough money to pay for anything. I got another story for y'all. I got some stories. I could just come on here on live one time and just tell y'all some dating stories. Since you're here, I'll tell you this dating story. So here's a dating story. Years ago, again, I met this guy at a party. Now, I know the guy, I was at a house party, and I knew the guy that was throwing it. He was really cool. And I would always meet dudes over there when I would go over there. So this one had been in prison for a year. I don't remember what he went to prison for, now that I think about it. But red flag, why am I dating somebody who used to be in prison? But anyway, desperate, that's why. And so anyway, so we went out on our first date. I remember because he had on all white, like white pants, white shirt. Like, do you think you're still in prison? Like, it was literally a prison outfit. Don't y'all know, y'all see the prison pictures and they be in all white and they be like squatting down and they be like this with their homeboy. Like, I was just like, whatever. But you know, I was desperate. That's what desperate girls do. What I did, we go to TGI Fridays. And this dude wanted to order a triple shot of Hennessy. Who goes to TGI Fridays on a Saturday afternoon, order a Hennessy number 1, and then a triple shot number 2? They were like, sir, we cannot give you no triple shot. Absolutely not. So he ended up, I wanted pasta, but I wanted the smaller portion. I needed a big portion of pasta. He insisted I ordered the bigger portion. So we sitting there eating. I got my food to get ready to go. Now it's time to pay. He gives the girl his card. Sir, your card is declined. Guess how much the bill was? The bill was $90. I think his Hennessy at TGI Fridays. Why is the bill $90? But anyway, so I think for every Hennessy he got, I think it might have been $10 or $15, between 10 and 15 per shot, per drink. And he just kept ordering. So finally she goes back there with the card, and he checks his balance and he says out loud, well, this is going to be basically all my money that I'm spending on this date. I'm only going to have like $3 or something left over. I don't know what I'm going to do. And I'm thinking to myself, what is happening? Have y'all ever been on a date where the dude was like contemplating, I don't know, being able to have gas in his car to make it home? I picked him up, by the way. He didn't have a car. Side note, he didn't have no car. Or a mess. Keep in mind, this is years ago. And so have you ever been on a date with a dude who was just like, oh, let me take you out, let me wine and dine, and his card declined? Now, everybody's card declined. My card will decline. Not because there's no money on there, but just because the card will decline for whatever reasons. Maybe usually it's because my card is locked. And I just unlock it. I don't try to explain how I got money. I just unlock it and be like, try it again, no big deal. But have y'all been on a date, those who are watching this, with a low-level guy like this, who will literally bring you out on a date, insist that you order bigger portions, insist that you order the top shelf alcohol, insist and act like he just got it going on. And then when his card is declined, he come up with some story or he'll say, oh, well, this gonna break me. I guess he might have said that because he thought I was going to pay. But however, sir, you're asking me on a date. Now, don't get it twisted, ladies. It is a-okay to pay for yourself on a date. However, I believe whoever is asking the person out, they should pay for that date. And if he's pursuing you, he should pay for it. So don't get comfortable with paying for yourself, because I think how it starts is how it shall be. Now, once you're in a relationship, that's different. Y'all together. Y'all reciprocate energies and pay for whatever. You pay, he pay, whatever. But I'm talking about when you're dating early on and this dude is trying to pursue you, then all of a sudden he don't have enough money, or he's using his last amount of money to pay for this date. That don't even make sense. And then second of all, if he's been into prison, you probably don't want to date someone who's been to prison. He had been to prison more than one time. And I'm talking about he done did some bids up in here. So just don't do that. And I tell you this, and I give you these examples to let you know how far I've come. Like, this has been such a long time ago. And then you want to think about the guys who are in that bottom of the barrel pool of dating. Guys who literally come in. These are the worst kinds, what I'm about to tell you about. They literally ask you all the questions. So you're going out on the date. He's studying your answers about what kind of dude that you like, because he's taking mental notes of what you want the man to look like, how you want him to walk, how you want him to talk, his education, what he does. And he's literally going to find out every single thing you like in a man. And of course, he's going to become that. That's probably the main kind of dude. Like, that kind of dude is the worst, because all he's doing is trying to use you, pull a you on you. He's going to become this dude that you want so he can get what you got. And your only job when it comes to this dude is to find that out early on by not running your mouth. That's why I tell you ladies to quit running your mouth on these dates. If you're going to ask a question, he needs to answer it directly. He can't be asking you all these questions and you running your mouth because you're so happy to be out on a date. Absolutely not. You need to give him an answer. He gonna ask you what kind of dude you like. I like a dude that's human and that's breathing. That's what kind of guy I like. Oh, so there is no specific look. Does he have to have this particular kind of job or education? Just a human. That's a man. And we'll see how it goes. Like, literally. And y'all might think like what? I'm serious. See, y'all don't know me. See, when I'm on a date and I'm dating, look, it's going to be like pulling teeth when I know you on some BS, which I can't say I've dated anybody recently that's been on BS, but I'm just saying I have. And so it's just like, you're not about to pull all this information from me, sir. If we're exchanging information, it needs to be equal. If I'm giving you something, you need to give me something. So when you're dating, he asks a question, you ask it back. You need to be getting direct, clear answers, which bring me to another kind of guy that's in the bottom of the barrel. The ones that never give you answers, like, ask them, how long have you been single? Always been a minute. Red flag, you ask them, so what happened in your last relationship? Why did you break up? Oh, it just didn't work out. Another red flag, you ask them, so how long have you been at your job? Oh, it ain't been that long. Like, none of his answers are direct. Like, what the heck? Then you ask him, all right, so you've been dating for a little while now. So what is your intention with dating? Oh, I'm just going to go with the flow. Girl, if you don't get up out that day, if you don't literally get up, tell him, take care, and walk off. Because if he can't give you a clear answer with simple, need to know dating questions, then what kind of other answers are you going to be missing out on later on if you decide to date this guy seriously? You just need to be aware when it comes to these guys and the okie doke that they'll try to pull with you so that you can get out of this dead end dating pool. And the thing is, as long as you're at the low level pool, desperate, thirsty, naive, unauthentic to yourself, always trying to be a pick-me to get the guy's attention, you will continue to date from a similar pool of men. Like attracts like. And unless you like who you are as you are right now, you're going to attract a guy who's going to come into your life and make you dislike yourself even more and actually blame yourself when he leaves you and ghosts you. And speaking of ghosting, the guys that are in this pool that are ghosting, that are literally talking to you today and blocking you tomorrow, I need for you to stop blaming yourself as to why they're ghosting you. They're ghosting you because they don't want you. And just because they don't want you doesn't mean you're unworthy. So I advise you to not be getting jiggy with these dudes because they look good, they smell good, and going over there to Netflix and chill. Don't do it. Do yourself a favor and get some strength and lean into your spirit versus feeding your flesh. And that way everything will play out and you'll see who this dude really is after you get to know him. After you've been out in public on public dates, getting to know each other, asking pondering questions, getting solid sound answers, watching his actions, talking to him consistently, and going from there. So I think that's about it. I don't know how long I've been on here. If you guys like this video, let me know. But I think that's about it when it comes to the bottom of the barrel dating. And what I can say about guys who aren't in this dating pool are guys who are upfront, they're direct, they're respectful, they're kind, they're not bringing up sex early on. I got to spell some of this stuff out because this is going on YouTube. They're not bringing up, well, what kind of positions do you like? I had a dude ask me that. Like, not that, a few months, what is this, September? No, this has been a while ago. It was this year. But it was a guy who was interested in me, and he had never, oh yeah, this is the last guy. Bottom of the barrel guy. Okay, picture this. A guy, and I don't go for this type. We just happened to meet out, and her brother. All right, so I met this guy. Let me tell you the story. I met this guy when I was out. I'm not going to say where, but I was out, and I was with a friend. The friend met his brother. And so he came in after they had been talking. So it was just us three. And then the brother came in, which is the guy that I ended up dating. And we met each other. And when I tell y'all, this is the finest dude I probably have ever seen in my natural born life. Have you ever seen a dude that just looks so good? It's just like, dear God. It's like Loretta Devine on Waiting to Exhale when she was just honey baby child. She was just looking at the man who was moving in next door. That kind of fine. Like, it was just so out of control how good looking this man was. But anyway, but I got emotional intelligence. I'm cool. I'm cute too. So I'm going to hold it down, okay? And so fast forward, long story short, this guy ended up, it wasn't a match. He's an older gent. However, my son is texting me. What time is it? What time is it? Hold on, guys. It's 6:30. Okay, anyway. So this guy, what happened was, all he had was his looks. He had a great body, beautiful face, job he had been at for a very long time, but he had a lot of kids. And this is another thing. This could be potentially a red flag with a guy who has a lot of kids. A lot of kids isn't necessarily a red flag. It's just the baby mamas. And then how old are the kids? Because when we talking about the hood twins, you got to probably not even get involved in that, because that means he's reckless with his penis and he just dishing it out to whoever want a piece of it. And you just got to be mindful. Just be cautious. And this guy in particular, he had a few kids, and it just, some of them were really, really young. And for his age, he's older than me. And I'm just like, why you got these young kids? Like, who changed your diapers when they almost 50? Like, what is going on here? And so whatever, try not to judge. I was just like, well, you know what? Let me just see. And as I began to see, and I kept putting one foot in the front of the other, he was the kind of guy, and don't get with this kind of guy, the kind of guy that is used to not hearing no. Don't date a guy that's not used to hearing no, because you'll screw yourself up. Because you could potentially be the first woman to turn him down, and that's not going to be fun. That's not going to be fun for you. It ain't going to be fun for him. And I was the first woman that had ever turned him down. And I turned him down because it was a compound effect. Number one, I asked him a direct question. And this is why I tell you, ladies, ask your questions. I asked him how long he had been single, which he had been single for a few months. I think about 6 months, 6 or 8. He answered that question. He was very open. I will say this. He was very open and honest. So then I said to him, well, why did you and your baby mama break up? And he was just like, he had cheated the whole time he was with her. They really wasn't really together, but they was on and off for a very long time. And he cheated. So she left. He brung up, let's break up. She ran with it. They broke up. He didn't think she was going to break up with him. They broke up. So then after that, I said to him, well, you guys have been apart for a while. So what if she's grown, you've grown, maybe you come back together, right? And he was like, well, I don't know. I can't tell the future. I'm no future teller. If you ask a dude why him and his ex broke up, and then you follow up with the question of, would you get back with your ex? And he doesn't say a very clear yes or no, he's open to it. And if he's open to getting back with that ex, what do you think he's going to do with you if that ex come back in the picture? He's going to dump you. So you need to know yes or no. You need to ask this question as soon as you can if he would get back with his ex. Simple. The first time I asked him would he get back with his ex, he told me that bogus answer. I can't tell the future. So I let it go. I came back to that question like a few days later because I don't let things go. And the thing is, ladies, you got to be smart and you got to be willing to use your voice, and you have to be unwilling to let BS just come in your life and F things up. So I went back to that question a few days later or a week or something like that. And before I could even ask the question, he was like, "This is about my baby mama, ain't it?" I said, "Oh, ding, ding, ding." And I said to him, I said, "So again, if she changed and grew and you did the same since y'all been broke up, would you get back with her?" Don't you know this dude? He was very honest. He told me, and that's why y'all got to listen, ladies. When a dude is being honest, because y'all claim dudes don't talk and tell y'all nothing, but they do. So he told me, he said, if it were up to me, if she wanted me, I would be with her right now. But guess what this dude just told me a few weeks before that on a date? He told me he was pursuing me and that he wanted to date me. Well, how is that, sir? When now, fast forward, you're telling me flat out, you be with your baby mama and she wanted to be with you. So as soon as he said that, amongst other things, so you got all these kids, little babies too included. You want to be back with your baby mama. You want to pursue me. You ain't used to not having sex after 2 weeks. And by this time, we were probably in like month number 2 or something like that. And there was none of that going on. Why? Because why would I involve myself in that? And so anyway, long story short, I rejected him ultimately. And he got angry that I rejected him. And I blocked him on a bunch of stuff. He found a way to get in contact with me. He asked me to unblock him. I unblock him. He goes crazy on me. He went completely stone cold Steve Austin on my butt on the phone. And he just couldn't wrap his mind around why I didn't want to talk to him. So ladies, be aware. That's why I told y'all early on, you ask the guy, when was the last time he's been rejected? You want to know, A, if he's been rejected, B, what was his reaction? That's why you need to ask a guy early on, A, have you been rejected? If you were rejected, by whom? What happened? And how did you react? You need to know these answers, because if you reject, you don't want the person to go crazy. You don't want someone to go stone cold Steve Austin on you, or the ultimate warrior. Like, it's no fun. And I've had a couple of guys go stone cold on me in the last 2 years, and it's no fun. But I'm not going to sit here and just talk to a dude just to be talking to a dude. And I don't want you to do either, because at the end of the day, I could have talked to that dude. One day we talked for, I think, 8 to 10 hours. We talked on the phone. Then we spent time with each other in person. And that's what he liked about me. He always said, he was like, I never talk to other women like I talk to you. I text them, but I want to talk to you. Well, look, you're not about to talk my block off. You're not about to talk my block off. And so blocked. So he ultimately got blocked for many different reasons. So that's what you need to do, ladies. When you feel like it's not a match, when your gut is telling you, when you're distracted, when you're not getting the answers that you need, if he's going around the bush about what he got going on, if he got a bunch of kids all over the place, if he's unsettled, if he just community penis, whatever, name it. There's a long list. I just gave y'all some descriptions of guys that are in the bottom of the barrel pool. Don't sit there and try to change him. Don't sit there and pay his child support. Don't support him. Don't put a roof over his head. Don't pay his bills. Don't take his butt to work. Don't carry him on your back. Let him stand up like the man he is as a provider and the protector, and you reciprocate energy. That's all you're there for to do. Encourage him, challenge him to be better as he will do you. Encourage each other, challenge. What else can you do for each other? Support. And that don't mean literally pay all his bills. Absolutely not. That does not mean that. That don't mean fill out his job applications. Absolutely not. That does not mean create his resume. No, he's a grown person. And quit justifying these dudes who ain't about nothing. You'll make any kind of justification just to be with them. And if you find yourself justifying his low-level actions and his low-level character, that is a red flag. However, if you're unwilling to recognize your faults, then we got a bigger problem. We got a bigger problem because so many women are unwilling, not all, but so many women are unwilling to recognize when they're in the wrong and why they're single and why they continue to attract bottom of the barrel dudes, because they're a bottom of the barrel. I ain't gonna call y'all no B word, because you're the bottom of the barrel woman. And how do I know? Because I used to be there. My mind was just so thirsty and off and naive and green that it was pathetic. If y'all had known me back, because I started to shift, like, oh Lord, when did that shift happen? Like about 6 years ago, I started to shift. So if y'all had met me 7 years ago, I would have been a different person that you see today. And that's how it's supposed to be. You're supposed to evolve, specifically when it comes to dating. You're not supposed to hit a dead end in dating and then still do the same stupid stuff. You're supposed to get some kind of lesson, at least one. And if you don't know, why don't you go to the universe and or God and ask God, hey God, you know, this dude ghosted me. I keep running into cheaters. I keep running into guys who just want to use me for sex. I keep running into guys who want to manipulate me. I keep running into guys who want to emotionally, verbally, physically abuse me. What is it, God? What am I doing, God? What am I doing, universe? What can I change? Can you tell me? Can you show me? Can you make it clear? I've literally said prayers similar to that. I've literally will go to God and say, hey, God, I just had a prayer today with God, not about dating. But I had a prayer today about God, about something. And I was just direct. You got to be direct. When you want to make a change and you want to see a change, you have to go to God and you have to be direct. And you have to literally ask him questions, what to do, how do I do it? I want to make it plain. And when I'm asking for a clear sign, I'm saying, Lord, the sun is shining right now in my face. I need the answer to be right like the sun is shining in my face. I need for it to be right here, right now, like it's clear. There's no question, because God brings clarity and I need to act with a sense of urgency. So whenever you get your answer from the universe about dead end dating, about your job, about your career, about whatever it is you're going through in life, you need to act accordingly. You need to get up off the floor like it's lava on the floor, and you need to let's do it. So whatever you're supposed to do, whether that means block the number, whether that means stop following him on social media, whatever you need to do. You got some dudes in your phone right now that you're watching this video that shouldn't be in your phone. Why are you allowing bottom of the barrel dudes to have access to you? That's what I'm not understanding. Y'all say, oh, I'm stuck. He won't leave me alone. Well, girl, if you don't block him off your phone and off your social media and your email, and if he show up to your house, call the cops. Like, what do you mean he won't? He will. I wish a dude would after I blocked. Don't nobody know where I live anyway, because it's But I'm just saying, block hand is strong on my phone. I got a long block list. Block hand on social media is even stronger. And then you're going to feel something even stronger. You show up to this dough unannounced. So I'm just saying, ladies, do not be afraid to block this BS out of your life, because if he's coming in on that BS, it's not going to do anything but bog you down, make your energy bad, make you be low to the floor, depressed, sad, upset, mad, lashing out, road raging. And we don't want none of that. And you'll know when a dude come in that's good, that's sent from the universe, because you feel good. You feel motivated, you're focused, you're happy, you have joy in your heart, you're full of energy. You'll know when he's not of God, when he's from the enemy, when there's a disruption, there's a ton of confusion. You lash out at folks. You're mad at your daughter. You're mad at your son for nothing. You don't want to spend time with nobody. On social media, cussing folks out. You posting subliminal messages about this dude because he left your butt on red, then lied and say he fell asleep when he actually did not. He was with another woman. So go about your energy. When you're at the end of the day, bottom line, when it comes to dating and to understanding if you're dating a good dude or a not so good dude, a quality man or a less than quality man, go off your energy. What's your mood like most of the time? How do you feel most of the time? And a dude don't dictate your life or your mood. Of course not. I'm just saying, if he's going to be a part of your life and you're dealing with him every day, then that will have effect on your mood and your attitude. It can make you actually feel like you shining bright like a diamond, or it can make you feel like a dusty old rock. Like, which one do you want, sis? Do you want someone to come in and make you feel low to the flow? Or do you want a dude to come in and rise you up, like put you up, make you feel great, as you do that for him too, of course, but just make you feel like you're a priority and there's no question. You got to let go of these dudes that have you questioning everything, questioning your worth, your value, your intelligence, your sanity, coming in gaslighting. You got to let these dudes go, because what is that doing for you? How does that benefit you? Being with a dude who's cheating, acting a fool, cussing you out, lying. It don't make no sense. To me, it just doesn't make logical sense. You should be by yourself on the couch. See, I'm on the couch right now. Ain't nobody here but me. I'm on the couch. I just got done watching 48 Hours. And I don't know what I'm about to watch now. I need a movie to watch, actually. I need to find something to watch. But outside of that, I feel good. I feel great. I have had a great day. And I want you to have a great a great day and even better night. And the best way for you to do that is after this video, get on your phone and block every number from every dude that ain't about nothing, that ain't talking about nothing. You might have been on and off dating. You might have been just hooking up. You might have just been hoping that something would happen, and ain't jack squat happened other than a good morning beautiful every now and then. Girl, if you don't delete them numbers and block, and then get on social media and block some more, because block all that nonsense out. Until you block all the BS out when it comes to these dead end dudes, ain't no way a quality man gonna be able to come in, because the room is too crowded with the nonsense in order for the good stuff to come in. So free up some space in your life, specifically in your dating life, if you know you want a good dude, so he can reach you. Let me know if you got it. I think that's about it. I don't know how long I've been talking, but I appreciate you guys for watching. If you want more, I'm going to upload this, of course, on YouTube. If you're watching this on YouTube, let me know in the comments what you think. What else? I think that's it. If you want to book a one-on-one with me, do so. The link is in my bio, mymentor.life, Coach B. Wiley. If you want to subscribe to my YouTube, do that. Follow me on TikTok. Seems like it's something else. If you have a question for me, a quick dating and communicating question, drop it in the comments and or put it in my DMs. Whatever you got to do, ask me a quick question. I can answer it. But if you want me to get down to the nitty gritty of your specific dating dilemma, then you want to book a session with me. And I can help you, because that's what I'm here to do. I'm a professional. That's what I do for a living. I'm here for you. I give you guys this free content because why not? Because everyone isn't going to book a coach. So listen to everything you can listen to, watch everything you can watch, and learn. And let me know how it's going. Also, let me know if you're ready to stop dating the bottom of the barrel guys. And if you like this video, share this video. All right, talk to you later.